Okay, now that you've got your cup and it's smoothed correctly, we are going to put the glass effect on it. So in order to do that, we need to go up to this render up here. Default is Blender render. We're going to use this cycles render. It's just a different render engine that allows us to do more things. So we'll use it quite a bit. It's a nice tool. So make sure you're in cycles render up here. And now if you go to materials, we're going to put a material on it, just like a color, like we have in the past. So get new, and this should look different. It looks like this, and there's a few more options. And here's our color right here, so that's kind of the same, but we are going to change this from diffuse to glass. So that's just going to render it as glass. If you click the preview button right here, it previews it, and it's going to look something like that, like glass. So we could just, you could render it now and see what it looks like, but it might not look great because of this gray background. And so let's do something else here, a little trick. Just throw in some lighting here. So first we're going to put, I'm going to click down here, my target, and I'm going to insert by going to add mesh, a plane. I've got a plane here, I'm going to scale it. So click, hit S on the keyboard and bring it out, maybe about the size of the grid, pull it up just under your glass. So it's kind of a little table top that it's going to sit on. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out a little ways and click right here above the camera. I have to change views, so oh. Okay, kind of above the camera somewhere. And let's add another plane, and I'm going to scale it again, a little bigger. Okay, and this plane I'm going to go to my side view 1 or front view and rotate it 45 degrees and click. So R45. And then I'll go to top view and rotate it another 45 degrees. R45. So it's kind of angled, and this is going to be our light source here. So before you do that, maybe you might want to go to 0, now that you've already done it. Go to 0 and make sure your camera is zoomed in correctly, because if you zoom out, it's going to go behind that surface that we just put on there. So zoom it correctly, get it in the right angle, and then you can place that. See, now mine's a little bit further away. I'll just kind of bring it in a little closer. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so this right here, we're going to put a material on it as well, and we're going to change it from diffuse to emission, and that's going to emit light. So that's going to be a light source right there. And we're going to change it the strength from 1 to 10. Hit enter. And that way when we render it, this thing will be shining light onto our glass, and then we'll have a little we'll have a little table type spot right there that reflects through the glass, and so that'll make it look a little bit better. And we can add a color to this table. We do need to put just a small color on our glass. Make it a light color. Yeah. And then when you render it, let me put my setting back to default, and then I'll show you how to change it. So when you render it, F12, there's our glass. And with more objects in there, it'll look a little bit better because it will reflect through the objects, or the objects will reflect off of it. So it doesn't look too great right now, but there's the glass. It's see-through. So now, it's very kind of pixelated. There's lots of dots everywhere. To get rid of some of that, we can, if you click on this tab right here, this is the render tab. And if you go down to the bottom under sampling, look for this right here and click that open. And then right here, render, it's rendering 10 samples. We can bring that way up. It just takes a lot longer. So if you go to like 200 samples and hit enter, and then render it, it will take, 30 seconds or so, but it will look a lot nicer. So try that out. The result gives you a glass cup, and that's what we're looking for.